Baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and no joke. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. Live Music Nation Podcast Festival Edition. Today we're with Kristyna Culp. She is with the Heritage Festival. Kristyna, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Hey, give us a little background on you. Where'd you grow up? Talk a little bit about your family and your career.
Well, I grew up outside of Charlotte, which almost nobody does and comes back. So I'm unusual in that aspect. But then I came back a couple counties over, and after I quit working, because I got lucky enough to not have to do that anymore, I joined up with the Heritage Festival. It's a volunteer organization that runs that festival. So we're not making money. We're just doing it out of the, I guess, crazy.
Talk a little bit about that. Talk about, I guess, the three questions that people are going to want to know is what does it look like? What does it smell like, meaning food? And what does it sound like? Activities, music, entertainment, various things for various ages. Let's go back to what it looks like. People jump out of their cars. What are they going to see?
So what it looks like is a whole lot of people hanging out at the Agriculture Center in Monroe. So it's a big area. We've got a garden and a greenhouse and a giant building. And so we'll have things from Smokey the Bear that's like 20 feet tall from the forestry people, all the way to a giant stage that we use for our music, and lots of food vendors, and then lots of regular vendors. So we have a lot of arts and crafts and just all kinds of things, but a lot of government agencies show up too, and nonprofits show up. So, it's sort of the educational angle of it there too. So it's a busy place, but it's a big place, so you never feel too crowded.
Talk about the origins of this, and then we'll kind of steer off into the impact it has for your community.
Yeah, so the where it started was the town of Monroe, the city of Monroe had a festival around Earth Day, and they decided they didn't want to do it anymore. They had been doing it for years. And I guess some of the master gardeners back then, this was 10 years ago, some of the Union County master gardeners were involved in that. And so they decided to take over the festival. And we moved it from Monroe proper to the Ag Center, so which is nice because we have a huge amount of space that we can use.
Yeah. All right. Very, very, very good. Talk about vendors are local. You bring out of town vendors.
We do have a few, but most of them are very local, because the idea of this was to celebrate the county and the heritage of that county. We have a lot of new people coming into the county. So we thought it was a good idea to say, this is what was going on here 100 years ago, or what the county used to look like. Because most of us, I'm not from here, and most of us aren't. So it's kind of nice to find out what things used to be like. And still are in some cases.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Give the listener an idea, music wise. What would you on an average? What are they going to hear?
So this year we're going to start with a bluegrass band,
okay,
and we're going to end with a jazz band, and in between we're going to have local singer songwriters do their thing. They love getting on that big stage. So, I just let them do whatever they want to. So they kind of run the show for a couple of hours, and they play whatever they want to. Sometimes they play covers, but mostly they play their own stuff. And that's really interesting.
How many volunteers does it take to put this on?
Oh, about half as many as we need. so there's about 10 of us that are pretty busy with this. And so that's the core team. But then we also have, for the day of, the week of, we have a lot of people that join us for that. So probably close to 100 when it's all said and done. Yeah, I know.
Fantastic. Okay, a couple of fun questions, because I am in live music and live entertainment. I always like to survey the nation. So I'm going to ask you this. This is just your personal preference. Kristyna, what's the best concert you've ever been to?
So I saw that question, and it's going to be Cowboy Mouth around the early 2000s.
Wow.
Or late 1990s. Yeah. Fantastic.
What made it stand out for you?
Well, I was there to see Bare Naked Ladies, and for some reason they opened for this band called Cowboy Mouth I had never heard of before. And I Bare Naked Ladies was great, Cowboy Mouth was like a religious experience.
Wow.
It was amazing. I will never forget that concert. It was just fantastic. It was so energetic. And I don't know if you know them, but their lead singer is also their drummer, and he sits out front. And back then, I don't know if he still does this, but he played barefoot. And I mean, he was just like, he was giving everything he had that day. Yeah. And I think that's pretty much his MO. If he's
that's crazy.
Still do that because this takes a lot of energy what he was doing.
Dead or alive, you could bring one musical act back. Who would you bring?
Oh, the Doors.
The Doors, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, Jim Morrison would need to be with them, clearly.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
Late 60s, early 70s. Yeah.
Yep. Dead or alive. That's perfect. I love that one. Okay. I've been a little selfish with my questions today. I've been asking all the questions. This is the chance for you to ask me a question in this segment of the show. Kristyna, what would you ask me?
So I got to ask you what your best live concert was.
Best live concert, probably Garth Brooks or George Strait. Different styles of entertainment, but still very, very memorable to me. And I just love the energy that they give off in different ways. So that's a fantastic.
Yeah. Those energetic shows are at least the ones that I remember the best, right? I mean, you can be spot on perfect, but the energy is what really gets us. What's live, right? I mean, that's why you're doing it.
Exactly. Kristyna, how do people find out more about the Heritage Festival?
So they can go to unioncountyheritagefestival.org. That is our website, and you will find everything you need to know there. So you can come be a vendor, you can be a sponsor, you can just attend, you can just look at our pretty pictures, whatever.
No, that's fantastic, and definitely sounds like you're well prepared. You can handle the people. Come check out a new event this year, guys, Heritage Festival. Kristyna, thanks for being on with us.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle